Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Hello, friends. Hello, William Wendell. Welcome to our home. In a moment, we're going to meet a man who has spent a total of 16 years in various prisons and correctional institutions. Today, he firmly believes that prisons are obsolete. But he says that words are cheap, and he is doing something about it. He's approaching the problem of the parolee, the ex-convict, the juvenile delinquent, and even the potential offender through the efforts of a nationwide organization called the 7-Step Foundation. And we'll meet him and learn what the 7 steps are all about as soon as we meet our panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Kitty Carlisle. Bill Cullen. Peggy Cass. And Gene Rayburn.
I have always said there is nothing in this world I covet enough to spend even one day behind bars for. I cannot imagine the horror of jail. So far, okay.
You have been lucky.
Yeah, I've been lucky. Now let's meet the president of the 7th Step Foundation.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Ray White.
Number 2.
My name is Ray White.
Number 3.
My name is Ray White.
I might also add as a little side comment to what I just said is I've never been hungry either. Let's listen to the story of Ray White. It says, I, Ray White, am president of the 7th Step Foundation, a national organization whose membership includes convicts, ex-convicts, and ordinary citizens. Our aim is the remotivation of prisoners. And believe me, prisons alone cannot do the job. This is where 7th Step comes in. Our volunteers, whether ex-convicts or dedicated citizens, visit the prisoners right in the prison, and they sit and rap with them. Those who are willing to work with 7-Step are given a course of studies. Upon release, each prisoner makes the following vow, quote, I hereby pledge to face and accept the truth about myself, to maintain my freedom, to become a useful member of society, to help others as I am now being helped, unquote. Later, we help the former criminals find a job and a place to live. We also work with juvenile delinquents and potential offenders. I really know the need for this program. I spent 16 years of my life behind bars. Signed, Ray White. And we'll be back with more word about the 7th Step Foundation after a word or two from our sponsors.
You asked for it, and we got it.
Show us your garter belt.
A full throttle 3-hour block of Match Game, Match Game, Match Game. Weekdays at 5 on BUZZR. Let's play.
At Harry's, we designed our razors to start sharp and stay smooth, so your 8th shave is as smooth as your first. And at as little as $2 per blade, they cost half of what the other guys charge. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/smooth.
Does a physical or mental health condition keep you from working? Do you need help applying for disability benefits? Or have you already been denied disability? Call Disability Help today. Get the Social Security disability benefits you deserve. Get connected with disability representatives nationwide without leaving your home. Social Security disability cases are time sensitive. Don't wait and call the number on your screen now.
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. There's so much I can sell. Bags, clothes, and even electronics. It's so easy. I can list in 60 seconds or less. I can't imagine a better side hustle.
Home warranty.
Focus.
Yes, focus on an American Home Shield warranty. It can protect your covered home systems and appliances, like this AC, with a repair or replacement.
Yes, thank you.
Home.
It's ohm, not home.
Yeah, it's pretty sure it's home. American Home Shield. Sign up today at ahs.com.
Why is Navage perfect for allergies?
People who have allergies will have lots of problems. If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you can breathe easier, sleep better, feel healthier. If you have seasonal allergies, Navage can help.
Available at major retailers or online at Navage.com.
Now, I'm sure you'll not have forgotten that across the way we have three gentlemen. Every one of them says that they are Ray White, president of the Seventh Step Foundation, a nationwide organization that helps remotivate ex-convicts. Let's start this, please, with Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you. Number 3, would it be tactless to ask what you were in prison for?
Well, a number of things. Robbery, juvenile delinquency right at the very beginning.
Thank you. And number 2, same thing, sort of?
I was a juvenile delinquent and shoplifting, auto theft.
Thank you. Number 1?
Armed robbery, auto theft, juvenile delinquency.
Number 1, how many are there in your organization?
Well, there have been approximately 50,000 that have gone through the program in the last 16 years.
Thank you. Number 2, what is your rate of recidivism?
I couldn't actually answer that.
Thank
at
you.
this stage.
Number 3, how do you motivate people to help themselves once they get out?
Well, we teach them not to do the same things over again. By understanding themselves, they can get a better outlook on life so that they can realize that being outside is better than being in there.
Thank you. Number 2, don't the prisons do this kind of thing for prisoners, or is it necessarily an outside organization that has to do it?
No, the prisons do not deal in this area at all.
Number 1, what is this? How does this differ?
I'm sorry, Kitty. We're going, please, to Bill Cullen.
Number 2, were you in prison when you heard about the Seventh Step Foundation?
Yes.
Number 1, does that same apply to you?
Well, yes, I wasn't motivated by the program at the time that I was in the prison. I only became involved after the fact.
That was, I have the same question then for number 3, going on number 1's answer. Were you motivated by the program while you were in jail?
Yes, but you join it when you get out.
In other words, I'll stay with number 3. You don't join while you're there because you're not in a position to do any
No, you're just prepped on it.
And number 2, are you given the information you need in order to get into the organization while you're in prison? Are you given that so when you get out you know about it?
Yes.
And number 2, whom do you contact? I don't mean as far as the name is concerned, but is there like a person in each area that you would ordinarily contact in order to get active in the Seventh Step?
Well, this would take place in the prisons themselves.
In other words, you heard about somebody in prison, and then when you got out, with whom did you get in touch?
Well, it would be prisoners inside that would recruit you.
And number 1, is this still going on in prisons today?
Yes, we are involved currently in 42 prisons in the United States, plus 8 federal prisons in Canada, and it's a continuing program.
Now, this involvement... Thank you.
This is exciting. All right, Peg.
Thank you. Number 2, what does the name Seventh Step mean? What's the 7th step?
Well, there's 7 different steps. It's kind of a Bible of the organization.
I mean, is that a biblical term, the 7th step?
Well, not necessarily. Religion doesn't play a part in it.
Thank you. Number 3, when you're in jail, how much, if you work, how much do they pay an hour?
Well, it depends. Every jail is different.
Well, like, give me an idea. So would it be a sort of a figure that was a going figure?
Well, some pay $2 an hour, some pay 14 cents an hour. It depends.
Oh, boy, I wouldn't want to do time in that 14 cents an hour place. Number 1, is the Fortune Society anything like your work?
In a sense, similar, but they're a halfway house. We deal with people in the prison as a pre-release program as well as a post-release program. We try and motivate the individual on the inside to get his head turned around so that he's focused in the right direction when he does get outside.
Thank you. Number 2, when guys come out of the jail, do you ever put them into halfway houses? Do you put them into halfway houses when they get out?
No. No halfway house.
Oh. Now, number 3, when your people get out of jail... Oh.
And we get on to Gene Rayburn, please.
Yes. Number one, the goal of a prison is to rehabilitate the individual who's in there. In fact, do any prisons really do that?
Not really, because that's what we maintain. There's no rehabilitation in the prison itself, because there you're totally involved in an environment of crime and learning ways of doing, becoming a better criminal, not becoming a better citizen, whatever.
Number two, do you help people find jobs?
Yes.
And do you meet a lot of resistance from corporations who are unwilling to give a job to someone who has a prison record?
I don't think so.
You don't? Yeah. Number three, did you serve your 16 years all at one whack, or was it all split up?
No, they were all different things. First I was in reform school, and then I went to prison for different things, armed robbery, hold-up, which was after reform school, naturally, as I got older. They were in 6 different prisons, as a matter of fact.
And number two, while you were in prison, was there any resistance to your to this idea of joining this group? I mean, you hear, as number one said, that in prison you learn how to be a better criminal. I would imagine the element would resist an organization such as this.
I never actually participated in any programs while I was in the prison. I'd only heard about 7-Step.
And then you can't...
Boy, this is a big subject, and a lot of questions left unasked, but time doesn't permit it. So, friends, mark your ballots, if you will, and we'll go for a number 1, or for a number 2, or for a number 3. The group gets 50.
Most people call a leaf filter when their gutters are clogged and they notice one of the many issues that can bring. Well, sometimes it's the smell of mildew when water has seeped into the interior walls, or maybe they've spotted mold in the attic. But most often, it's the more obvious signs of damage, like rotten soffit, fascia, or water pooling near their foundation. You can get ahead of costly damage by protecting your home's gutters today. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help.
Schedule your free gutter inspection today. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
Da Vinci gave me twice the pits and private parts, which makes me smell twice as bad.
A PU?
That's why I use Mando whole body deodorant. The manly deodorant for all the manly crevasses of my manly body.
Mando, he smells good.
Mando doesn't just block odor all day. It controls odor for 72 hours. With cologne quality scents. Roma wasn't built in a day, but with Mando, you can smell good for 3 of them. So if you want to smell better naked, then go to shopmando.com today.
Growing up, I had a serious issue with my relationship with food. So I joined Weight Watchers, Never Looks Back. I've lost 70 pounds, and I learned to embrace every version of myself along the way.
Did you know Sling has your favorite news programs for just $40 a month?
My favorite news for just $40 a month?
My favorite news for just $40 a month?
News for $40 a month. Sling lets you do that.
$50 for each wrong voter. They get $500 if we blow the whole thing. And Kitty starts, please.
Well, it's a terrible thing to vote for any one of these gentlemen, because the one if you vote for the wrong one, you're saying he looks like an ex-criminal. But I have to go for number 1, not because you look like an ex-criminal, but because you seem to have the whole thing very clearly in your head, about what the society does and what it helps to do.
I was going to say, I think anybody who was successfully involved in the program would have lost any such wounded look. And we'll go to Bill Cullen.
Yeah, going along on that subject, not one of these gentlemen look like they might be someone who spent time in jail. They're all better looking than my wife's relatives, actually. Looking them over.
I hope you write to them from time to time.
I will now, if they let it out. I voted for number 1 because he had the answers, I don't know, like questions he had answered before.
All right, you got a pair of 1s going. And Peggy looks skeptical.
Well, I was really going to vote for number 2, but he didn't really explain to me what the 7th step was. They must have named it after something. And number 3, I just think you work around New York someplace. But number 1 knew an awful lot. So I voted for him.
All right, we have a strong trend shaping up. Everybody on number 1 so far. Gene Rayburn, is it going to be unanimous?
Wrong.
Wrong.
He just walked in.
Who?
Well, you see, number 3 doesn't have a furrowed brow. How could he have done time? Numbers 1 and 2 have furrowed brows. Number 2 was honest, or straightforward enough. I mean, he may have suckered me in on it, but at one point he said, I don't know. And I figure he was telling the truth. That's the name of the show, Gary.
Oh, gee, I'm glad I wrote in for tickets. Yeah. Well, all right. Here we go. The votes are all in. Will the real Ray White please stand up Almost a clean sweep. Good shot, gentlemen. Number one, tell us about yourself, sir. What is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Charles Rush, and I'm the night manager of Joe Allen's Restaurant here in New York City.
Number three, for some reason or other, nobody quite believed that you had spent any time behind bars. What is your real name? What do you really do?
My name is Mario Monagro. I'm the police composite sketch artist. I've been a policeman for 20 years.
I would suppose that the first step of the 7 steps, Ray, is to admit to yourself that you have had a criminal problem, and this is what you must change first, right?
Facing the truth about ourselves and the world around us, we decided we needed to change.
I see. Thank you, Ray. Good luck to you, and good luck to you, gentlemen. It's been a fine spot. Take care.
Thank you.
I doubt very much if anybody on our panel can tell me what it is I'm holding in my hand.
Oh, a pickled claw.
A pickled claw.
I think it's a vegetable.
A vegetable. Well, yeah, it is a
root.
It's a root. It is.
Right.
This is the root of the famous ginseng plant.
Oh.
This one was dug up in Korea by our next guest, who claims that ginseng boasts many remarkable qualities. And she has brewed, by the way, some ginseng tea for us.
Oh.
And while all of you out there watch 2 minutes of commercial, you all are going to get some ginseng tea for your very own. We'll be right back.
You know something?
Go.
Let's play.
Hello, I'm former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. A lot of times you can't control the amount of sleep that you're getting. If you can't fall asleep or you're tossing and turning all night, you can't get the sleep you need to stay healthy. I know, it's scary, unless you use Relaxium Sleep. Relaxium Sleep is a product that's made from natural ingredients, and it usually works from the very first night you try it. It helps you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed, earning your body those quality hours of sleep that it desperately needs.
Join the hundreds of thousands of people who've experienced the relief and health benefits from getting a great night's sleep and get Relaxium Sleep.
The first time I took Relaxium and I slept through the night, I thought, wow, this worked for me. I could not believe it.
Relaxium Sleep is studied, tested, and designed by a neurologist to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
Relaxium Sleep worked from the very first night I took it. I had more focus and mental clarity than I've had in years.
Relaxium is drug-free and not addictive, so you can take Relaxium every night and never worry about side effects. And the best part is, it can start working from the very first night.
When I take Relaxium Sleep, I sleep better than I have in years.
I wake up feeling like I've had the best night's sleep.
Stop being afraid and start sleeping your fears away with Relaxium Sleep. Your body and your mind will thank you.
Mike Huckabee is so confident that Relaxium will work for you, he's asked us to give away 1,000 bottles.
If you're not getting calm enough to go to sleep, take Relaxium Sleep. I promise you it'll work.
Get your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. It's guaranteed to work or your money back. Visit TryRelaxium.com or call 800-418-1635. That's TryRelaxium.com or call 800-418-1635.
Whoa, now that's a smooth shave. You might think these guys had to pay top dollar for a shave that smooth, but they just used Harry's. With 5 blades that stay sharp, shave after shave, a lubricating strip with aloe, a flex hinge, and a trimmer blade, it's hard to believe refills start at just $2, half of what the other guys charge. Shaving with Harry's isn't pricey. It's just very, very, very smooth. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/smooth.
While the panel and I sip our tea, let's lead a let's lead a matey. Let's meet a lady. That's plain tea. Let's meet a lady. will hold some intriguing ideas about herbs and a whole lot of...
Come on.
Number 1. What is your name, please?
My name is Diane Dinson Buckman.
Number 2.
My name is Diane Dinson Buckman.
Number 3.
My name is Diane Dinson Buckman.
And here is the herbaceous history of Diane Dinson Buckman. She says, I, Diane Dinson Buckman, firmly believe that it's time to turn away from the expensively packaged, laboratory-produced commercial beauty aids and make your own. In my book called The Complete Herbal Guide to Natural Health and Beauty, I tell how to use peppermint as a cleansing agent, narcissus root for removing wrinkles, or a dogwood twig for a this is my day. A dogwood twig for a toothbrush. Give me back my tea. Oh, dear me. No, it says here blondes can have fun if they dye their hair with rhubarb root. I don't know why I'm being so ridiculous. I haven't had any of the tea. Let me go back. Blondes can have fun if they dye their hair with rhubarb root and set their... Any of you over here want to read this for me? Rhubarb root and set their locks using Irish moss. I go almost to any lengths to add knowledge to my herbal expertise. I have just returned from an international ginseng symposium. Gene, finish reading.
I've just returned from an international ginseng symposium.
Yeah.
In Korea, where I was one of only 2 Americans present.
Yes.
For thousands of years, ginseng has been used in the Orient as a stimulant, aphrodisiac, and general cure-all. When is the next boat leave?
And it says that the Tell the Truth panel is now sipping some energy-giving ginseng tea at this very moment. Thanks to the Korean talent for cultivating ginseng, it is readily available today. However, there was a time when this precious root was forbidden to any person except members of the Chinese royal family. Signed, Diane Dinson Buckman. I'm all better now, thank you. Let's turn this over. Sometimes my head runs away with my mouth. Let's go down to Bill Cullen, please.
Well, my ears sort of perked up there when I heard number 3. It says that this is an aphrodisiac. Well, let's leave it at that, number 3. You mean, what does this do for me or for anybody? I have a friend who I'm sure could use some help. I mean, what actually does this accomplish?
Well, it gives you a feeling of well-being. It stimulates your body. It's a general tonic for various ailments. It just generally makes you feel good.
Well, I don't want to put this product down, but I must say the way it tastes, even if it did all that for me, after I had drunk some of it, I wouldn't want to anymore. Thank you for that
endorsement, Bill. Let's go on to Peggy.
Well, number 3, is there anything you could do to make it taste better?
Yeah.
Number 3?
Oh, yes. You can put some honey in it. Honey's great for most things also.
Thank you. Number 2, your name is Diane Dinson Buckman. Is the Dinson got anything to do with ginseng? Or
No.
is that just your regular name?
That's my regular middle name from my grandparents.
Oh, thank you. Now, number 1, do you have to dig up a whole ginseng tree for the root?
No, it's not a tree, it's a shrub.
Oh, and there's plenty of shrubs. Do they have ginseng farmers in Korea?
Yes.
Now, number 3, it's so difficult living in New York to find a dogwood twig for a toothbrush. I mean, where do you get your dogwood twigs?
Join Gary at the end.
Number 3?
I get them at the Kiel Pharmacy.
And they do have dogwood twigs there?
Yes, they do.
And that buzzer takes his own place to Gene.
And number 2, what do you do with this dogwood twig?
Well, you have to be a little bit artistic to tie it together and create a toothbrush out of it.
What?
You make a toothbrush out of the dogwood.
I see. Number 1, how much of this foul-tasting stuff do you have to drink for it to do any good for you?
1 or 2 cups a day.
Really? And then that'll work for you, huh?
It's a tonic.
Really?
It's a good tonic.
And makes you healthy?
Yes, the Chinese have believed in it for 4,000 years, so
Is that why there are 800 million Chinese and only 200 million of us?
You must be right.
And matter of fact, you all are giving us a bad reputation. Coffee is an acquired taste, you know.
Yeah.
Stick at it. Kitty?
It's really very difficult to stick at it. Number one, what do you use peppermint to clean?
You can clean your face.
Oh, and that's sort of a stimulant. Brings the
Yes.
blood rushing up. Yes. You boil it up. Is that what you do?
Yes, you simmer it.
Uh-huh. And number two, why does narcissus root remove wrinkles?
It is a kind of an astringent.
Oh, really? You boil that up too?
No, you don't. You steep it.
Oh, I see. Number three, why is it that the ginseng root was only allowed by the Chinese royal family? Was it because it was so rare in those days?
Yes, it was. It only grew in the forest. It was difficult to find it, and the royal family had access to it.
I see. Number two, did the royal family have lots of children?
Hey, there goes a little old ding-dong, friends, and there goes the ball game. Mark down your preference, if you will, please. We must vote fast. Number one, or number two, or number three. And I believe Bill Cullen votes first, doesn't he? Yes, he does.
No, well, it's hard. I don't know much about this thing. All these health things like that, I always felt too much health was bad for you. So I voted, anyway, I voted for number three.
So we got a three show, and we got Peggy coming up.
Because I know the Kiel Pharmacy very well, and it does do all that nature stuff. I voted for three.
Got a pair of threes. And Jean?
I voted for number two because she's really 112 years old. Look what it did for her.
How about that? All right, and Kitty?
Well, I voted for number one. I think she's the kind of lady who's done this sort of research, and she looks pretty good to me.
All right, they're all up and down. We are of many minds. Let's find out. The time has come. The votes are in. Will the real Diane Dinson Buckman please stand up? Kitty, you got it. A very well-briefed group over there. Number two, tell us about yourself, please. What's your real name?
My name is Gisela Becker. I'm an artist, and my paintings can be seen at the Finley Gallery in New York City on Madison Avenue.
Very fancy. And number three, you want to tell us about you?
Yeah, my name is Sandy Paternak, and I'm a market researcher.
Ah, there now. Ms. Buckman, this has been a fascinating spot, and ladies, thank you both very much for being with us. Take care.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? It's time to love your shower again with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. You can get a beautiful new bath or shower installed in one day. That's right, one day, and at a price you can afford. In fact, there's never been a more affordable time to call than now. With this Love Your Shower sale, we're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year, giving you the quality you deserve from a brand you trust at a price that won't break the bank. And when it comes to quality, Jacuzzi has been the most trusted name in water for more than 65 years.
I loved working with the Jacuzzi Design Consultants. They come with a variety of designs to choose from, and there really is an option for everyone.
Oh my gosh, look at the bathtub.
Wow.
This is amazing. I think we have a happy customer right here. So, listen to what your bathroom is telling you and take it from this to this in one day with no stress and no mess. Or maybe it's trying to tell you something else. If safety's the issue, take back your peace of mind. Now is the time to convert your old bathtub into a beautiful, easy entry shower with features like grab bars and a custom seat that combines safety and style. So you'll love taking a shower again. And every transformation features state-of-the-art materials that resist mold and mildew. No grimy grout to scrub. It just rinses clean, so you can spend less time cleaning and more time relaxing, because the only sound your bath should make is this.
Call or go online for a limited time offer. Only weeks left to get waived installation and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-498-2231. That's 800-498-2231. Call now.
Despite my breaking up, I do want to assure you this is a non-alcoholic drink. we will see you soon.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.